What up, Dokkaners? Today we're going to be discussing two topics. Should you summon on the TIEN banner? And should you pick up any characters from the coin shop? If so, which ones? Now, the answer should be pretty obvious to most of you. And if you're clicking on this video, then you're probably doing so because you want to hear what I have to say outside of just answering the question, which is no. You should not summon. No. Besides your free tickets. You should not buy anybody with red coins or yellow coins. That is the short answer. Now I'm going to explain why. So thank you for sticking around. Appreciate you. Let's start with the big ticket item here, which is the LRTN. LRTN is good. We know this. We've seen him in action in the showcase. He is very strong. He is not what we need right now because he is part of primarily a Dragon Ball Saga team. His links mainly conform to a Dragon Ball Saga-esque team, which is not very meta. It is getting stronger, which is great. That is good for the future of the game. But the character is not a character that is worth summoning for when you consider the fact that he doesn't really shine on a top tier category. And also, he is on an absolutely abysmal banner. A terrible banner. Look at the banner. Mai, Launch, Goten, Rakum Guldo, Jace, Birder. And then the two banner units are all the SSRs. And then the other LRs are Selmax and Ginu. Now, I'm a little less harsh on the Ginu than most. I feel like, mainly because I like the Ginu Force and I like that they're slowly getting better. There's still some serious issues. But this LR Ginu is the glue that holds that category together at whatever level it's at. It's not at the highest level, but it's moving up. This guy is a very important cog in that machine. So he is a good pickup, but not like a must-have pickup. If you do summon and you manage to get one copy of the LR Ginyu, that's good. But we're kind of really stretching it when we look at the quality, because Selmax has unfortunately massively dropped in value over the course of his time in Dokkan. Ever since his release, I mean, honestly, his value has diminished. Pretty surprisingly, he's still useful and he still works on certain teams like movie bosses, artificial life forms and stuff, but he can be a bit of a liability on other teams. So he is not a must-have either. So with all of that said, I mean, we're really trying to stretch what's good and what's not here. It's not worth summoning. And especially considering after this, we are jumping into a brand new celebration never before done. Yes, we know it's going to be like a worldwide celebration, but it could also be the start of something brand new. They could be doing things differently in this celebration. We have no way of knowing for sure because, first of all, we have literally no knowledge about what's happening other than it's called Global Dokkan Celebration. For all we know, there's going to be a part 1 summon, part 2 summon, and a part 3 summon. I mean, I don't know. It could be more than just what they started during the 10th anniversary, which was 1 Dokkan Festival, 2 Carnivals, 1 Dokkan Festival, 2 Carnivals. What if they do that 3 times? I mean, we don't know. So with all the uncertainty in terms of what the theme is going to be, in terms of how good the characters are going to be, and just overall what the celebration is going to be like, I think it's better that people simply just save and stay put. Don't really risk burning up your resources. And this philosophy essentially extends to the coin conversation as well. I just don't think that this is the right time to be doing so because we're not like the upside is not enough to justify the risk. What is the upside? You pull a copy of TIEN. What do you benefit from with this TIEN? You're able to maybe more consistently do the million arena. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's really all you're gaining from this. Like, he's designed to do well in the million arena, but who cares? You get 3 stones from it. You get some training locations from it. It's insanely frustrating. It is a very short seasonal thing. It's not worth spending maybe 1,000 stones, 1,500 stones, however many stones you spend to get 1 or 2 copies of this guy with such a massive global celebration coming up after this. So I wouldn't do it. Now, some of you might bring up the point of the summon point system. This, in my opinion, shouldn't justify you even summoning a little bit. I think that the best way to cope with this new system and to not let it kind of like make you feel like you're missing out on some value is to truly understand what we're getting from this. I did a whole video explaining it. I'm going to link that in the description. But to remind you people, TLDR, how this works is you're slowly going to be gradually getting points over time. You're not going to be getting all the points that you need in one summon. You can only get at maximum 90 points from the first 3 multis during a discount period. And then apparently you can get 90 points from the first 3 multis after the discount period is over. Now, I strongly advise against even doing this because summoning when there's no discount is generally not a good idea. But on top of that, you're only getting a limited amount of points. So apparently you can get up to 180 points. I haven't even done this. I've only done the summons before. So with 300 points, you can exchange those points for Dokkan Festival Legendary Summon Carnival tickets, these special red and blue ones. And then these can be used to summon on a banner that will change over the course of time. The first iteration of this banner is going to include characters, Dokkan festivals that release between October of 2024 and May of 2025, which looks like this. This doesn't mean that you're going to get a guaranteed pull on the 10th anniversary unit. You're not going to get a guaranteed pull on the Buhan or whatever. It's just going to give you an opportunity to summon for these guys. So the way to look at this that I think is the best way is to simply look at it as you're getting something in return slowly as you accumulate it over the course of maybe a couple years. And then you just get a bonus banner to summon on. It's like the whole leap year philosophy. Every year we gain an extra 1/4 of a day, but we don't count it on the calendar. Every 4 years we gain an extra day, right? So it's like that. Slowly over time, you gain an extra banner by summoning incrementally and getting these tiny points. They are doing this because they want you to spend more on the banners that we all say, we all talk about skipping. Like over the course of a year of Dokkan, there are must summons like anniversaries, golden weeks, worldwides, and then there are duds. This Cell banner, the PyCon banner, this banner, we don't summon. So to get you guys to summon a little bit, that's the whole point of this. But if you think about it the way that I expressed, that's a better way to look at it. These guys are most likely going to be back during the Global Dokkan celebration because they're the anniversary units. And again, we are considering the Global Dokkan celebration to be worldwide, like revamped, the worldwide celebration. So assuming that these guys come back, if we remove those from the equation, what is truly the main selling point here? Is it Buhan, a character that isn't quite top tier right now? Is it Daima Vegeta, a character who will eventually come back and isn't a must-have at the moment? I wouldn't consider any of these guys must-haves besides the 10th anniversary units. And these guys are about to come back, most likely. So, and even if when they do come back, this banner, I don't think it's going to be around until after the Global Dokkan celebration is over, because this hasn't yet been added to the Baba Shop. And this banner, the first version of the banner, hasn't even been released yet. So when is this even going to come out? So for all those different reasons, I just don't think it's worth it. So don't worry about it. That's a quick explanation on this. Again, go check out the other video where I go into more detail about it. Don't let that get to you. Use your 7 unit multis, your 21 tickets, your 3 7-unit multis, and summon on the banner. And if you manage to get one, which I can't believe, I saw like 4 or 5 different people on the live streams tell me that they pulled 2 copies of TIEN with those tickets. I'm not trying to get your hopes up. I'm just saying that some people got very lucky. Maybe it could be you. If it's not you, you managed to pull one of these guys or just anything at all, a non-zero value, that's still good. He'll come back. When he comes back, Dragon Ball will be in a much better state. Now, quickly going over the coins. Neither of these coins are worth picking up right now, but I think one thing that you guys should pay attention to are the end dates. So this red coin shop is for the characters that were featured on the Mercenary Tau banner. So all of these guys will be available in your Baba Shop until the 2nd of July. For the yellow coin banner, these guys will be featured in the Baba Shop until the 15th of July. Now, the Global Dokkan celebration is set to begin at the end of the month. The end of part 2 is July 7th, but the login ends on the 29th of June. So around the 28th, 29th, aka the end of June, we will be jumping into what will likely be the countdown portion of the Global Dokkan celebration. That will go for a week, and then we jump into the actual Global Dokkan celebration by the time this banner goes away. But then even still, you have another week with this yellow coin shop being here. This will have been gone. But by the time we get to July 2nd, I feel like we should have a pretty good idea. I could be wrong, but I feel like we could have a pretty good idea for what the theme could be coming up, or at least a couple of ideas. Like maybe they just give us a couple of hints, which could narrow down the options between maybe like Daima and GT or something like that. And if that's the case, then all of a sudden, let's see, what are some examples? This guy could become very good. I mean, he's already, first of all, very good. He would be like, if you had to pick up a character, he would probably be one of the ones that I would recommend because he is one of the best slot 1 tanks in the game, and he's giant 8 power. He would link well with a Super Saiyan 4 unit. So he could be not only good just in terms of his own individual accolades, but he could be a good valuable pickup to fill the bench of a grade 8 power team if we are led to believe that a grade 8 power celebration could be coming up. By the time we hit July 2nd, we could probably get some hints. Over here, is there anything that would be conducive to a Daima or a GT celebration? Honestly, not really. If it's superhero, maybe these guys could get a small little boost in value. And if you're considering picking them up, you can. So keep an eye on the date. if anything, I could maybe make another video to remind you guys as we get closer to the deadline, but I think right now nobody here is worth picking up. I know that some people are probably going to ask, is it worth picking up Yamcha with coins, or maybe even the Ginyu with coins? Ginyu, okay, this is a bit of a hot take probably. I think Ginyu is a better pickup than Yamcha if you actually had to pick somebody up, but let me be very, very clear. I don't think you should pick up anybody. The reason why I think that Ginyu would be a better pickup is simply for those people who are having starter accounts, who have the free-to-play Ginyu Force team, who otherwise need to bolster some of the teams that they have full, complete rosters for. Ginyu Force is one of those categories where most players, if not every single player, should have a complete roster. So having the summonable version of the leader skill will for sure give you a massive boost on that team. He's a defensive stacker. He works well on long form events. He can work well on short form events, you know, with some limitations, some exceptions, but he is, I would still say, user friendly, but that's a stretch. I don't think either one of these guys are worth spending your 400 coins with what we've got coming up. When we jump into the Global Dokkan celebration, we will most likely have banners on par with the 10th anniversary. So there's going to be a bunch of summons happening here, but then also there will be characters in the Baba Shop that are featured from these banners that you might also want to pick up with your coins. Maybe you only do 500 stones worth of summons on the Dokkan Festival Part 1, the Carnival Part 1, so that's 1,000 stones down the drain. You managed to pull a couple copies of the new guys, but maybe you didn't get everybody on the featured list. Those coins would be better used on characters featured on the anniversary banner, because those characters could either potentially get EZAs or work well with the new characters. And so with all of the spare coins that you have, they would go to a much better place instead of using it right here. Yeah, if you don't have the Yamcha, it means you're probably going to struggle doing the Earthlings challenge on this stage 8 of the red zone. But keep in mind, this mission doesn't go away until the end of time, which is December 31st, 2037. So you've got plenty of time to try this with future better versions of Earthlings, but then also you will eventually have the Yamcha come back either as a featured character. Maybe he becomes a character that you can pick up with a red stone or something like that. You might come across the Yamcha organically in the future where you can then bring him back and try this mission. I don't think that a mission should dictate you picking up a character, spending such a valuable resource. It takes a lot for you to accumulate 40 or 400 coins. Let me find my little explanation on red coins. Yeah, here we go. So always prioritize Dokkan Festival LRs. 500 red coins to buy one from TUR. 10 coins earned for every full price 10 unit multi. In order to have 500 coins, one must perform 50 full price 10 unit multis. 500 coins equals 500 dragon stones. So that's what's at stake. Obviously it's 400, so it's not as much, but you understand. It's a lot. And you're not a whale, most of you. So it's not really worth spending all that stuff if it's only going to get overshadowed in like a week with something much more valuable. So that is my TED Talk. Ramble over. Bottom line, I think you guys should save. But if you guys disagree, do whatever would make you happy. Do whatever would make you enjoy Dokkan more. If you don't want to listen to what I have to say, that is completely fine. As long as you enjoy the game, that is the most important thing. But trust me, everybody will be enjoying the game so much more in a couple of weeks when we jump into the Daima celebration. That's right, I'm calling it Daima. Why? Because Omatsu and I are buddies, and he told me. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below in the comments your thoughts on which characters one must consider picking up with those red coins or yellow coins. What are your thoughts on waiting until maybe the end of the deadline period? Are you guys summoning for the TIEN past those free-to-play tickets? If so, what did you manage to pull? How many stones you got? Let me know if there's anything else you want to discuss in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of us do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.